Hey everyone, just before we get started, just to let you know, we're doing our annual Christmas live stream on the 14th of December. Come join us for a live show of chaos, gifts, possibly something that Biggie puts together. He might do a quiz, you never know. Twitch.tv/modernescapism, 8:30pm, Saturday the 14th of December. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Zwei in das Pinke, einen in den Stinker. Meine Damen und Herren und Variationen davon, dies ist moderner Eskapismus. Hallo und willkommen zur Show. Ich heiße Oodles und komm her zu mir. He's a hunker burning love, it's bloody Gadget.
Es ist kalt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody on the podcast, come on, say hi. It's Candy.
Auf Wiedersehen, pet.
Despite all his rage, he is still just a rat in a cage. It's Stig.
This is a hate crime of an intro.
And Biggie is still on extended annual leave. I can't believe we accepted that request.
Well, he is HR.
Oh, shit. There's some collusion going on.
Corruption.
Corruption, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
How is everyone?
I'm all
Awesome.
right.
I've been here all week. I came back to the podcast last week. Everyone had gone. I've just been sat here waiting.
Peak Stig behaviour.
Yeah, you just dropped off face of Earth.
I had to go sort my kids out.
What, like with an elbow to the face or something? You sort them out.
Yeah, exactly. I'd get them in the chokehold, get them down. Go sleep.
Shh, sleep.
Sleep.
Who's
Yeah,
thinking about
you're
Christmas,
And
by the way?
Who's thinking about Christmas?
Yeah.
I
Close,
bought all
innit?
my presents.
I've ordered a few presents.
I'm always thinking about Christmas.
Close, innit?
Black Friday did me right, actually. It's all right.
Did it?
Yeah, but they've delivered
That's
it to the
next
wrong
week.
house.
Black Friday's next
Do
week.
you not update your address?
No, it's yesterday.
No, that's a you thing. That they don't just deliver to the wrong address. Somebody didn't.
No, they actually have. They sent me a picture, and it said it was my stuff, and I went to that house, and it was his stuff because it had his name on it. So it says it's delivered, and it's just gone nowhere.
Ah, so it's not that you just. I thought you meant that they delivered it to your old address.
No, it had just gone round there. I've still got keys. Don't tell anyone.
Least of all,
You're
your
one of
landlord.
those. You're one of those.
That's the problem with them just leaving stuff outside, isn't it? On your doorstep, you're like, well,
I've never had it because I've never
it
lived
was
in
there
a
when
house.
we
I mean,
did it.
it's gonna change soon. I've never lived in a house where I've had a front garden.
You just
I
leave it on
should
your
hope-
doorstep.
They've never done that, but in my new house, yeah, they could actually just leave it, and it's frightening.
My Secret Santa gift from one of you lot arrived on Saturday morning and was left on the doorstep in the fucking howling snow.
Oh
for fuck's
shit!
sake.
Is it? It's a good job. It's a snow globe.
It's going to open it up. It's going to be an art book that's just ruined.
Drenched. Cool. Secret Santa. That. Oh shit.
Yeah. I haven't
That's
proper
something
thought
to
about
think
Christmas yet because I've got Pip's birthday first. Pip's birthday is the beginning of December.
Well, we've had my birthday, so Christmas can actually happen.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday. 41 now, yeah?
Shut up.
63, according to his kids.
My kids said, they woke me up and saying, no, it was 61. Happy 61st birthday. I went, what? I went, oh, right, sorry. Oh, it's bad that, isn't it? It's bad. 37, actually. Young.
Oh, he's actually
Still
giving
the
his real
youngest.
age.
Still the youngest on the podcast.
I hate that 7. Like, when you're in that decade, when
I
you
hate
get to
that
the
7.
7, you're like, yeah, no, I do hate that 7 because it's like I'm basically at the next decade now. Because you can't say you're your mid-30s now. You're your late 30s.
I'm 39 in March, so I'm
You're in your really late
Early
30s.
40s, you, mate.
practically dead.
Yeah.
Same, month later.
I'm 40 next
I'd
year.
say Candy casting aspersions there when she's
Yeah.
a year older than me.
Even though Candy has like a month birthday, are you going to have a year birthday next time?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, yeah.
Only 21 once.
No, not in your case.
I'm gonna do a tour of the country and
say,
hope every town celebrates.
You're finally going to come up here, aren't you?
I am.
Oh,
Is you going to Newcastle?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go to Edinburgh. I think.
Oh, go to Newcastle. We'll come. Me and
Newcastle.
Stig will meet you.
Yeah, stop off on the way. We'll have a night out.
We'll,
All right, sounds good.
we'll go to that
Well, we went to
karaoke
Edinburgh
place
with me.
again. Edinburgh is fucking too expensive. Newcastle's
Yeah.
nice and cheap.
Be all right.
No,
Yeah.
Newcastle's cheap.
Come up to Newcastle. We'll go up to Edinburgh the next day. It's only 2 hours up the road.
Yeah,
And
me
then
and Stig will go down when you guys
Yeah.
go to Edinburgh.
All right. That sounds pretty good.
Aye.
Yeah.
Why
I I'm not bringing a
Up the
passport, so I
tune.
can't go to Edinburgh. I love making an excuse.
Come on, you owe Pip a visit. She's been down to you like 6 or 7 times since she moved up here.
Okay, it's just a train,
Don't do it,
man.
Oodles. You'll be on her turf.
I've done it. I've done it. I've done it many times. He meant you, by the way. You owe her a visit.
Me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
not
I
me.
do,
She
yeah,
visited
I
me 7
I
times.
absolutely do.
She's
yeah.
not allowed in. She's not allowed in this house.
Like you could stop her.
I'll see her.
If she wants to get it. She's not a vampire. She doesn't have to be invited in. She will
I
just
see her
come in
on
and
ring
find
camera. I'm like, she's fucking here. I need to turn lights off like fucking debt collectors are here.
Oh, just before we move on, speaking of Gadget's partner, Pip, she was absolutely infuriated and very upset with what Biggie called his child in Scotch.
Rightly so, if you ask me.
Well, yes, considering it was her idea to have that little subplot in the first place. And just
Beggars
texted me going,
belief.
what did he call my baby?
Speaking of Biggie and all his ineptitude and the fact that he's not here, I think it's time for Stiggy's sensational news. Is that what we call it?
That's what we're calling it.
Let's go!
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
No song this week, though. Although, well done, Kurt, for doing a song. I listened back to the bits that I wasn't on last week.
What a guy.
Yeah, and to just go, right, I'm going to do one off the top of my head. Like,
It
well
could have been
done.
anything, couldn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
He just went for it. Oh, guy.
Right, well, we'll start in the world of gaming. There's quite a lot of gaming news this week because it's going to be quite game-centric, but we'll start with Geoff-fest. The Geoff Keighley has announced the nominees for the Game of the Year awards.
Feed him to me. Have a go.
We'll start with the 6 games nominated for Game of the Year first. And then we'll
The main one.
Yeah, the main one. So we've got Astrobot,
Yep.
Balatro,
Oh.
Black Myth Wukong,
Oh.
Elden Ring Shadows of the Erd Tree,
Not a game.
DLC. Come on, Jeff. Someone's paid him some money there. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Metaphor Fantasio. Actually, is this just literally a list of games that Oodles loves?
Yeah.
And
It
I know
really
for a fact you will love Astrobot when you eventually get to play
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no way I'm not going to like Astrobot.
it. Oodles
It's
from
just-
sat there going,
friend
I
of the
don't
show
know.
must-
Sorry.
Friend of the show, Mothrandir, gifted me at Astrobot this week, so I'm going to get on it.
Yes, girl. I think me and Jeff have got the same taste in games and game directors and men, really.
And shoes.
and shoes. Because, yeah, he is. If Kojima had brought a game out this year, he'd have been on that list. But he can't have, can he?
No,
'Cause
but
he's
he'll be part of the Game Awards. You know he will. He'll have a 10-minute section where he gets to announce nothing.
I want him to come out with that. I want him to come out with that Xbox game.
What would you?
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see more of that.
Yeah,
I noticed that Jeff managed to shoehorn something in there for him. I noticed it was most anticipated game, so we've got a Death Stranding 2 on that.
Well, there's going to be. Let me whisper this. There's going to be an Xbox Series S again in my house on 25th of December because I bought one for my son. So whatever
Good old
comes on
Santa.
Xbox now, I'm here. I'm here for it. You know what I mean?
You're
It's
here.
going to be downstairs as well. It's going to be the big console downstairs. So, yeah, I'm in. I'm back in, guys. I'm back in.
Nice.
Welcome back, brother.
I'm back.
Team Green,
Getting on the old Game
Got to wait
Pass.
till 25th.
biggest feud.
Yeah,
Although
mate.
apparently-
mate, it's come with 6 months of it.
Oh, filthy. Got a lot of fucking
Although
games.
apparently you don't need an Xbox anymore because, like, this is an Xbox and
This vape is.
this is an Xbox.
Yeah.
What's that? A hockey puck?
No, it's my.
Oh, is it her? Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
her.
We can't,
She looks
can't say
fucked.
name, otherwise it'll set everyone's
Yeah.
off.
This is an Xbox.
Yeah, it's an onion ring.
Yeah.
So-
This Xbox.
Dildo.
So other award categories and nominations. Best adaptation has Fallout, Tomb Raider.
Excuse me.
You're
Whose
welcome.
segment is this?
I'm helping.
I don't want to just drop off the Elden Ring bit because, like, I love the Elden Ring DLC. I thought it was phenomenal. But if that wins, or it gets even close to winning, I feel like that's bollocks.
It's going to win.
People kick
Genuinely?
off for sure.
It's
I
going to
think
win.
it's
And like,
bollocks and
don't get me wrong. I love Elden Ring, and Shadow of the Erd Tree is fantastic. But it should.
Not a game.
It's a DLC. It's the size of a game, but it's still a DLC. It's still just
It's
an
a
expansion of the same
DLC,
game.
and it's just more of what they was already there that already won.
Yeah.
Out of all them, I want
Something new.
Balatro or Wukong to win.
I want
Which
Balatro
had
to
two
win just
new ones.
because I think
Yeah,
it'd be
it's
funny
new, isn't it?
and
And
it'd be like hilarious
Yeah.
watching
Spider-Man!
people kick off about the way it
I've-
looks.
I've seen so many people on like TikTok and on Reddit and all that saying,
Trying it for the first time.
yeah, well, no, it's like seeing clips of Balatro and going, this is Game of the Year. So you haven't played it, play it.
Sensational. But traditional gaming, I think Wukong could win it and should win it as well.
Wukong-
I'd like.
I th-
It's one of those things.
I think if it's not Shadow of the Erd Tree, I think it'll probably be between Wukong and Metaphor Refantasio. Because that's had ridiculous reviews.
It has.
I literally have no
Helped
stake
me
in
win the gaming draft league.
any of these year. Have like not played a single one of them.
I've done Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
but that's not going to get a look in. And that was lucky to get Game of the
Final
a
Fantasy will
nomination, I
win.
think.
It'll win best music on the music category.
Well, Astrobot's been up for 7 other nominations.
Good.
And Final Fantasy Rebirth picked up nominations in other categories like Best RPG, Best Performance, and Best Score and Music.
Score and music is going to win that.
Stellar
It's really good,
Blades
innit,
part
Candy?
of the nominations for Best Action Game. Silent Hill 2 appears in categories like Best Performance, Best Score and Music.
I agree on
Helldivers
that
2 is recognised in Best Ongoing Game.
I think Helldivers will get that.
I
Should
do
get it
like
because it was
these
a
other-
phenomenon
I do like other categories like that. Best Ongoing Game. It kind of recognises those games that
that came
people,
out. and still going.
but people are still putting time and effort into. Like
Yeah.
even if you don't like the game, Fortnite, the amount of stuff that they actually put into that game, and
great.
keep putting into it and changing it. And
I genuinely
Destiny
think
when
Fortnite's
it's not.
probably
fucking
the
things
best
up.
value game on planet because it's free.
Yeah.
It's you don't even need PS Plus to play it online, which is wild.
This is ridiculous. So most anticipated game, that one can get in the bin.
What is it? Go on.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Still a terrible title.
Oh, terrible, awful title.
On the beach.
It's all I can think of is that All Saints song.
moving, I'm coming. Can you hear what I put that at the end of this show? It's calling you, my dear, on the beach.
That's gonna be the outro credit music on that game. 100%.
Better be.
It's got to be in the game. If he's got a title like that, doesn't put that in the
would-
game. He's...
I wonder if there's going to be a crack in the game somewhere where it's like someone's just randomly getting old.
Oh, from the film Old.
Because that was one of the ones where because when Kojima posts on Twitter about a film, if he just says I've been to see it, he hated it, and if he puts like a paragraph about it, he really liked it. And that
I
was
mean,
I've been to see
there are
old.
people in Death Stranding that get old. You just have to go out in the rain, don't you?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And you get old.
There's also Ghost of Yotai, GTA 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds.
If GTA 6 doesn't win that,
Be between Death Stranding and GTA.
GTA 6 is literally going to revitalise the gaming industry with one game.
God,
It's
imagine
going
if
to
it
be a
was shit.
phenomenon.
Death Stranding's
Oh,
only
no.
in there because of Jeff. Like
'Cause his
it's-
boyfriend.
Win it.
Yeah, he's husbando.
What were you going to say, Gadget? I was only messing about.
Yeah, I was on. I've lost now. I was on adaptation, because there's some good things in there that we've all kind of enjoyed. Hang on, we lost it. So adaptation was Fallout, Tomb Raider: Legend of Lara Croft. That was the Netflix anime. Arcane, Knuckles,
Knuckles is all right.
and one that is clearly here because it was the 5th one of the year. Like a Dragon Yakuza.
Oof. Man, that's going to tear my world apart. I have to choose. They're making me choose between Fallout and Arcane.
Out of them, Arcane.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the last
Todd,
6 episodes still.
Todd's just had like a
Useless.
little pang in his chest there, Candy.
I know. I'm sorry, Todd, but we know
I
it's
mean,
true.
what was the other one? The Tomb Raider one that got panned.
The Lara Croft one,
Got
yeah.
absolutely destroyed.
It's like they just had to fill it in with. Oh shit! We haven't got enough nominations. Just fill it in with this.
Which it's weird that the Like a Dragon Yakuza one has done so badly because there's a few categories where Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is in there, and that's a stunning game. Like, I'm surprised that didn't get up for Game of the Year because that is a really, really good JRPG.
I didn't know anyone that's finished it.
I'm about 2/3 of the way through it. I'm really,
You're not
I'm really
going to finish it, are you?
It takes me a while to finish a Yakuza game. I finished the first one, like
And that's it.
the first Ichiban one. I finished Zero,
Yeah.
and Kiwami. I've done a few of them.
Yeah. I by all accounts, it's great. But no, Wukong, man. Game of the Year. Or Balatro, just for fucking.
Well,
yes,
Balatro is
man.
also in Best Indie Game and Best Debut Indie Game, so I fully
See,
expect
that could
to
win
And
them
best
two.
mobile game.
Yeah.
That could win some of them. Oh, look at that balloon.
The fuck was that?
Mark. And that could win some of them, and then Wukong can win Game of the Year, and I'll be very happy.
I would think it'd be very funny if Balatro won Game of the Year just because it's a single developer game. Like, it's one bloke made
I
it.
want it to win. I
Yeah.
want it to win. I'm never going to play it, but I want it to win.
The reason I want Wukong to win, though, because I want people to pick
I'm
it up and
gonna
play it.
Well, it's
I want
coming
people
out
to play
now
it.
soon, isn't it?
I want people to talk to me about that last chapter.
There's
That's what I want.
there's some fuckery going on in the studio/game direction category because you've got From Software for Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, but also Bandai Namco for the same thing. It's like, why do they get two entries into it? Bandai Namco's just the fucking
Yeah.
publisher.
Yeah, they're not actually develop it, did they?
Well, realistically, I would be fine with Shadow of the Erdtree winning that one because, like, From Software's game direction is fantastic constantly. But then Game Science are in there for Black Myth Wukong, so you never know.
When's it out? When's this show on?
It's the Thursday the 13th of December, but it starts at like 1 in the morning, so it'll be like Friday the 14th of December.
I'm at work at 10 next morning, so
I work
I'll
from
read
home,
about
so-
it in the Discord.
No, but I'll be
read
posting
about
through the night. I'll have a nap after work.
Oh,
Message me.
Tekken 8 got
You can tag
one
me.
that's
You can
good.
tag me if Wukong wins Game of the Year, because that's something to celebrate.
Tekken
Let's
8
move on.
needs, I'm just saying Tekken 8 needs to be winning fighting game. Looking at the other nominations, if that doesn't win fighting game, then there's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Is Jeff going off a fucking volcano?
It's multiverses, that Warner Brothers multiverse game. Capcom versus Marvel Fighting Collection, which great, but come on, it's just a collection of old games. Dragon Ball Sparkling, which is just another Dragon Ball game. There's been about 5 in the last 4 years.
It's not even the best one they've ever done.
And Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, don't know even what that is.
It is good. It is
Yeah,
good.
but Tekken 8 is
It's not
incredible.
Tekken 8.
No.
I
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I think Call of Duty might get action game.
good.
It's been the highest
Good, 'cause
rated
it's-
one, and it's
Glowing.
it up against Black Myth Wukong, Space Marine 2, Helldivers 2, and Stellar Blade. And I think, based on people's opinions, I think that tops out all of them.
Yeah. Cool. Move
Next
on.
up, Dark Souls 3 Remaster is in development, it's claimed. From Software is set to bring back the best-selling Dark Souls game for a new audience, according to a new claim. Dark Souls 3 is getting a remastered treatment from the studio. The report comes
Bloodborne!
from known leaker
They can't.
Shepshel Nick, who made the reveal during his latest episode of Xbox Era podcast. So it's rumours, but
I don't need an excuse to play through Dark Souls 3 again.
But Dark Souls 3 doesn't need to be remastered. It already runs flawlessly at 60 frames
60
a second
frames.
on the consoles and on the PC. Give us a fucking Bloodborne remaster.
I think that's all to do with Sony's input on that one. I think Bandai Namco want to release Dark Souls 3 on everything. And they can't if it were Bloodborne remastered, can they?
No. But I mean, I
That said,
suppose we
I
get
still
Dark
think-
Souls 3 on the Switch.
I still think not launching the PS5 Pro without a Bloodborne remastered was a
Weird, isn't
mistake. Yeah.
It's weird.
It would have been
I don't know what.
would have been a license to print money. Because I would have bought a fucking PlayStation Pro for Bloodborne.
No, because at that point it's going to come out on PC.
True.
If it's going to be remastered for the PS5, then it'll come out on PC.
It's literally the only FromSoft game, including the old Kingsfield games and stuff like that, and Tenchu 2, that I can't replay because it hurts my eyes.
I mean, Kingsfield does hurt your eyes after a while.
I'm all right with 15 frames per second on that game. But no, Bloodborne is just impossible to play. When you play stuff like Sekiro,
Yeah.
and then you go to Bloodborne, you go, what the fuck's happened? It's awful. Why did I get used to 60 frames so quickly and so easily, and I just can't go back?
I mean, I guess what feels weird to me is that it's an 8-year-old game. It doesn't really need a remaster. But then I said that about the original Dark Souls being remastered, and it depends if they're just doing like an up-resing and a frame rate boost, or whether they're actually like giving it like the Elden Ring liquor paint.
Oh, I don't need an excuse to play that game again.
No, it's excellent.
I love Dark Souls 3. Fucking love it.
The Abyss Watchers
Well,
is one of my
DLC
favourite
packed in.
fights.
Oh, God. So fucking good. Next.
Speaking of FromSoft,
Oh, the back.
Sony Group Corporation is in talks to acquire
Kadokawa.
Kadokawa. I had it, and then I fucked it up when I actually came to
Kadokawa.
Corporation. Sony Group is in talks to acquire it, according to Reuters reports, citing two sources familiar with the matter. Talks between the two sides are reportedly ongoing, and a deal could be signed in the coming weeks if successful. Sources that Sony Group Corporation declined to comment when asked by Reuters, and they are the parent company of subsidiaries across publishing, film and visuals, and cross-media. Its game development subsidiaries include Acquire, From Software, Gotcha Games, and Spike Chunsoft. Updated.
They were the original creators of Dragon Quest, by the way. Them and Enix.
As of the 20th of November, Kadokawa Corporation has published a statement confirming reports that Sony Group Corporation has expressed interest to acquire them, but decisions have not been made. The full statement reads, "These are some articles of acquisition." Oh, I can't be asked to read the statement. Yeah. Sorry. But
Thing is,
yeah.
though, if Sony acquire, because of that merger, that they acquire FromSoft, that's a massive get.
Mm.
It is,
That's
but
huge. But even if you don't like the genres and the publisher, that's huge. But I still think they'll still publish on other platforms.
yeah, it just makes me think that they were trying to restrict it out.
Yeah, PlayStation for 6 months, then over to other side.
No, but I'm thinking of like the way they've held on to like Demon Souls. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get Demon Souls on PC at this point, you know?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Why not?
And, you know, the aforementioned Bloodborne. Stuck on one console in a 30 frames a second hellscape.
It's a get though. It's not on power like Microsoft getting Activision or anything like that.
I guess it all depends on whether Kadokawa would be interested in being bought out. Like,
Yeah, they've got to say yes first, haven't they?
yeah, they're quite a successful conglomerate
Yeah,
in the very Japanese style.
They're
of
not
it.
losing, are they?
No, and I think
we're Activision, but money fucking talks.
true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, they fucking does. And it's not like they lose their jobs when they get bought out. People still work there, don't they?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
speaking
Next.
of, Embracer still struggling despite cutting thousands of jobs. It's been a little while since we checked in on Embracer Group. This is from the article, and with the publisher giant having posted its Q2 financial results, now seems like a good time as any, despite cutting thousands of jobs and attempting to right the ship. Embracer reports significant declines across the board, with all important PC console game segments performing especially poorly. Game
Imagine
industry
investing in that company when it first turned up. You'd be furious.
It says GameIndustry.biz poured over the data, and for 6-month period ending 30th of September, Embracer's net sales were down 23% year on year. The pain is particularly acute in the PC console game segment, which generated $432 million, down 40% compared to
Jesus
last year.
Christ.
That's
Hell. Whoa.
So they've sacked a lot of people and still haven't been able to bring that money back.
I mean, what have they released in the last year or so? There was that Alone in the Dark game.
that came out, didn't it?
It did.
It had what's her name?
Jodie Comer.
Jodie Comer and Emma was Hellboy once.
David Harbour.
David Harbour, yeah, and that absolutely bombed.
Like, last year they had Gollum, which I think has damaged a lot of
Oh
things.
dear.
Oh, fucking hell's that them? Jesus.
Yeah. And they're
bastards.
they're investing in another 5 Lord of the Rings games, I think.
fine.
They had that. What was it? Lord of the Middle Earth, the Shire, or whatever it was. That cozy game on the Shire.
The best people that handled Lord of the Rings IP was Warner Brothers. It really was. Shadows of Mordor and stuff like that. EA did all right, didn't they, on the PlayStation 2 era? They did all right with it.
What else they put out this year? This newest Goat Simulator. Satisfactory got its 1.0, but anyone who wanted that already had it.
What the hell's that?
It's like you build a factory kind of thing. It's like a efficiency game.
Oh, Satisfactory.
Yeah.
This all sounds shit.
Star Trek Online, a licensed free-to-play game. D&D Neverwinter Online, a licensed free-to-play game.
I would not want to work for that company.
No.
You'd be checking your emails every day. Oh, I've been sacked.
Well, it says here that the Embracer employs 6,250 developers, down from 10,654 from last year.
Are they Chinese?
No, Swedish.
Are they?
I thought they got bought out.
Good. Oh.
They don't even list the fucking games that they publish on their own bastard website.
They don't care.
Embracer Group franchises, yeah. So Alone in the Dark, Catan, Darksiders, Dead Island, Deus Ex.
They've got a lot of THQ stuff, haven't they?
Yeah. Hellboy, so there was a Hellboy game this year that did nothing.
I didn't even notice.
They're publishing the Legacy of Kain remasters.
Are they advertising these games? Because
No.
the only way that these games seem to get any press is when they come out and everyone streams about how shit they are. Like they stream the game because it's crap and it's good content.
That Hellboy one, was it that cartoon style one, the 2D one?
Yeah.
I thought that looked pretty good when I saw it. It was probably the Jeff Awards or something years ago, and just had nothing since.
It came
about
out. It came out this year. It just hasn't been advertised.
Didn't hear a peep. I would have played that as well. I still might.
What else? Red Faction, Saints Row, the Thief series, Tomb Raider. Yeah, that's the kind of the main stuff they own. And then they own a lot of stuff in like different media, like they've just bought up the rights to. So like really old shit that's never going to get new stuff like Carmageddon and Painkiller and.
What if they offer to buy Modern Escapism Industries?
We'd be all sacked immediately.
Yeah,
They'd
probably keep you on, Gadget. They'd probably keep you on.
Nah, Biggie would sell us down the river. He'd take the money and run.
Yeah. He ain't got a choice. This is a conglomerate. We are the board of directors, so it's got to be unanimous.
He'd find a way.
He would, wouldn't he? Some old-fashioned paragraph in the contract.
Yep.
That dust it off. Says in an event that someone from Sweden can buy me, I'm allowed to do it. Ugh. Next
up, news from Remedy's Capital Markets Day. Alan Wake 2 sold over 1.8 million units. Control Ultimate Edition will release on Mac February the 12th, 2025. Control 2 will be an action RPG.
Yeah, boy.
And Control will receive a free update in early 2025, unlocking some previously released content.
It'll be all them costumes that you have to pay for.
Yeah, it'll be all the premium edition stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's good.
Okay, for free.
I like Remedy that are doing good business still.
Yep.
May Sam
Have they
Lake
made a profit
continue.
out of Alan Wake 2 yet? Surely, with that amount sold.
It's broken even.
Very expensive game.
It's broken even and hasn't really made a profit yet. You've got to remember as well, it was published on the Epic Store and Epic financed a lot of it, so they had to pay a lot back to Epic.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that was a bit of... Well, they must have a deal with them because I would have thought that would be a bit of a misstep otherwise.
Yeah, well, it's that deal which is preventing it coming to Steam. Because normally when Epic get an exclusive, it's only for a year, so you would have expected it. Like, as soon as Alan Wake 2 hits Steam, it'll sell fucking bajillions.
It'll profit because they'll start modding it and stuff and having a good time with it.
Yeah, and there's still so many PC players who won't buy stuff on the Epic Store.
Are you good at modding games, Gadget?
I've never tried, if I'm perfectly honest. I can install mods.
If you could mod Mr. Bobby in the song chapter and Alan Wake 2, mate, I'd pay. I'd pay that. I'd pay for that. Herald of Darkness with Mr. Blobby. Just same thing, same words. He's just dancing. It's just Mr. Blobby.
Oh, he's all
I'd have
over
Mr.
the
Blobby
show.
in everything. Yeah, I'd have him in everything. And maybe a Thomas the Tank Engine in background, because, yeah, you're gonna.
You change all those flash up screens to be Thomas's face.
Yeah. Boop, boop.
Slightly
Choo-choo,
even more
motherfucker.
terrifying than the original.
I've seen Thomas Tank Engine as that dragon in Skyrim.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
too.
That's a classic.
I just love the way
Brilliant.
that you can hear his theme tune like coming in the distance.
Oh, it's so fucking good. Next.
Stream your own games with Xbox Cloud Gaming Beta. Game
Nice.
Pass Ultimate members can now stream selected cloud playable games that you own, even if they're not included in Game Pass. This includes on Samsung Smart TVs, Amazon Fire Stick devices, Meta Quest headsets, as well as browser supports like PC, smartphones, and tablets.
That's
Brilliant.
badass.
Yeah, love it.
Cannot argue with that. That's great. But I own about 4 or 5 Xbox games that aren't on Game Pass that I've bought.
Well,
Like Lost Odyssey and stuff, so I hope that's on there.
you can only stream at the moment up to 50 select games,
Yeah, but everything else will start coming out.
some of which include Animal Well, Baldur's Gate 3, Balatro, Cyberpunk, Dragon Quest 3, HD 2D Remake, various Final Fantasies, Hogwarts Legacy, Mortal Kombat 1, Stray, Plucky Squire, Undertale, just Visions of Mana,
Yeah.
WWE
They all seem
2K.
like newer games, don't they?
Yeah, so it's a lot of new games in there because I was looking at it going, oh, I've got Red Dead Redemption sat that I bought
Yeah,
ages ago
yeah.
that I've never played, and I just thought, oh, if I could just load that up on my Ally, just sit and play that on the go, it'd be good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good thing. It's a
if
start.
the beta goes well, they'll
Yeah.
just go, right, we can just unlock everything.
It's a good start.
I own games, you know what I mean? I own some of the Fable games that probably on Game Pass at this point, but then they weren't. Didn't exist. when I
Yeah, I've got
bought
some
them.
games from the 360 era because, I didn't have an Xbox One because who the fuck did?
Moron!
Biggie. Sorry, Biggie.
Did he?
Still got it.
Gutted. Next.
Steam tightens up rules for games with Season Pass DLC. You have to commit to completing that content on time. Valve has unveiled a new policy about Season Passes on stream, which aims to ensure that developers release all the individual DLC involved on time and share adequate details about each DLC pack in advance. It specifies that developers can delay release of a Season Pass DLC just once, but by no longer than 3 months. In the event that a developer postpones the DLC release by longer than 3 months, Valve may take such corrective actions as removing the Season Pass from sale and refunding players.
Fucking good guy, Valve.
Do you know what's a real shame, though? It's a shame that Half-Life 2 wasn't a season pass because they'd force them to make Half-Life
Episode 3.
wouldn't they?
By their
It's
own
been more
rules.
than 6 months. It's been 16 years. So that'd force their own hands, and that's good. The consumer wins.
Fucking gay bar Almighty.
But it will destroy all the semblance of we don't do crunch anymore. Guess what,
Yeah.
guys? You're DLC crunching this season. You're not going home.
Well,
No,
some
no,
games
no.
have literally sold Season Passes and then go, oh, we're actually not doing anything for it. But
Yeah.
sorry you bought the Season Pass.
Yeah.
Or-
Here's a hat for your character to say sorry.
Yeah. Thanks for dropping 40 quid on our Season Pass, but you're
Here's
not
some
getting
horse
anything.
armor to tide you over.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. They win. We win. We all win. Next.
Next, Japanese charts. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake launch sales are astronomical.
Of course they are.
Famitsu. Trying to add an extra vowel in there. Famitsu has shared the latest sales data for physical software in Japan and for Square Enix's Dragon Quest 3 remake. And it is a monumental success. The game has sold an incredible 641,195 copies on the Switch and a further 180,575 on the PS5, totaling 821,770 during its opening week. That's just Switch and PS5, though. That's not even including Steam.
Xbox.
Steam's all-time peak was 45,357.
That's massive.
So realistically, it's probably over a million in its first week, which is amazing for a really niche JRPG. I know.
Yeah, and it's not a mainline; it's a remake.
Yeah,
It's
like
gorgeous.
Like I know.
Yeah,
I know Final Fantasy sells a lot, but like
Dragon Quest has always been behind, hasn't it?
Yeah, and this is a one from the fucking 80s that's been remade.
1989, baby.
When you finish 11, Gadget, you will want to play.
I will.
It's great.
I'll get to that in about 3 years. I
bet Dragon Quest 12 sells 1 million in its first fucking day because we've been waiting too fucking long for that.
And 500,000 will get to you, just to make sure it gets to number one.
Yeah, that was supposed to be last year. Supposed to be this year. Is it going to be next year?
I'll tell you what, if something gets announced at Geoff-fest, I'll give you a ring and wake you up.
Yeah, you can wake me up for that. Wake me up. Oh God, if 12 comes out next year, fucking hell, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Scream. Even though I'll buy it day one, even though I know that a better version will come year after because they do it every time.
But then you'll buy that version.
And I'll buy that version as well. They do it every fucking
but they
time.
did say that they were going to put all the stuff that from the S edition into this one, didn't they? So
they did, yeah. All the quality of life improvements and all. Oh God, fucking wait. And the character talks. The hero talks for the first time in the genre.
It's all right in like this old
2D
sprite versions, but like in the 11, man, he just looks like a moron. It's like
when they look at him and go, "What do you want to do, Luminary?" And he just goes.
His eyes are like pointing in different directions. They look down at his nose, don't they? Like in the middle of his eye.
It's on a slight tangent about it because I don't want to talk about the main bit, but I am very much enjoying having Dragon Quest 11 as like a pick up and put down game.
That's what the game is. That's what all them games are.
Because I really like that when you load it up, it reminds you of where you are in the story. Like I hadn't played it in about 3 weeks when I picked it up last night. I was just like, oh, I don't remember where I am. I can carry on with you. And then
I hadn't played it in like 6 months, and it did that, and I was like, oh, great, I know where I am.
Yeah, I met an
because
old
you don't
man
have to remember buttons. You don't have to
Jade.
remember buttons. The whole game has like one button.
Yeah,
it's great. It's so good. It's the best game ever made.
I met an old man perving on Jade. Apparently,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Seriously, Candy, you go down the beach and you meet this guy, and he's just like, "Oh, the finest women I've ever seen are bunny girls. Oh, your companion Jade, she would look so good as a bunny girl.
God.
Why don't you go get these bits of an outfit and get her to dress as a bunny girl?" I'm like, you dirty old cunt.
You've done Octagonia then and done Drizzle, haven't you? If you're there.
Yeah. I've got Jade in my party, yeah.
No spoilers, but he isn't the dirtiest guy on that game either.
He certainly is not. Certainly is not.
I've just got to Honolulu or something like that.
Yeah.
So I've met the mermaid.
It's the open world bit, isn't it, where you can go pretty much anywhere.
I've met the mermaid, and she wants me to find her fiance. And then I've had the story bit where it says, "Oh, this mermaid stole this man and broke his soul," and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, Honolulu's not long, but at that moment in that game, when the oceans are open, you can go anywhere. Actually, you didn't have to go there. You go in any
I didn't have many options. It seemed to be the only place I could go.
It's because it only shows you that that's the option to go. You've got to explore yourself.
I do wish you could have like a full world map.
You will.
Okay.
You will. The game does it deliberately. Next,
Delta Force caught using Battlefield 2042 art for marketing. Dev apologised for investigating incident.
What?
So the article talks about how it's not uncommon for similar games to look similar. Like these are military shooters, kind of thing. Like they're going to look the same. But the dev team has had to issue an apology, which was posted on the Delta Force Chinese website, saying during today's mobile version update, we found that an incorrectly used image of an other product material appeared in the update pop-up window.
Oh fucking hell. I thought you were talking about the actual army Delta Force.
Oh no!
I don't think they advertise themselves like that, mate. Join Delta Force today.
No,
Join Delta Force today. Use this futuristic tank.
The Delta Force game used pictures from Battlefield 2042, like in their own advertisement.
Nice.
This episode of Modern Escapism is sponsored by Delta Force. Are you one in 5,000 that can join? Promo code in the show notes. 15% off of joining Delta Force.
If you can listen to a podcast and you can walk down the
Join
street,
Delta Force.
you can join Delta Force.
If you can listen to a podcast, you can be racist to people. If you can be racist to people, you can start a hate crime.
It's true. Facts. Next.
Stalker 2 sells 1 million copies even outside of Game Pass.
Good lads, good lads.
Well done. They
That's the
needed that,
story.
didn't they? Gadget told me that they needed that.
They did?
They're currently getting Scud missiled, aren't they?
Pretty much, yeah. But most of the devs are in Prague now, I think. But yeah,
get out
a few stayed back to fight, and a few had been killed in the fighting in Ukraine.
Fuck.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Shite situation.
Yeah, shite situation, horrible stuff. So yeah, buy Stalker 2. Or play it on Game Pass. I don't care. Just get the money to the devs.
I think if you buy Stalker 2, or play it and complete it and put it on your socials, that's sticking ones up at Putin.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's going, fuck you. So I think it's your civic duty to do it.
Just download it now.
Good. There you go. I think it's your civic duty to do it as a member of the human race.
More on that
Even
later.
I'm going to play that. I'm going to play that in December.
And just one last one in gaming. Sorry, I know we've been going on for gaming for quite a while, but this has obviously got Biggie wet in the pants, and this is why I posted it. PlayStation preservation experts have safely stored over 0.5 petabyte of Sony's gaming history.
Fuck.
That expandable storage is coming in use, baby.
You say a terabyte?
Petabyte.
Yeah,
So
petabyte, sorry.
500 terabytes.
500 terabytes. Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it?
That's a very low, considering, my PC has 4 terabytes. And I can't fill it yet.
My laptop has 1 terabyte, and I think I'm at like 12%, and that's full of every episode of this podcast I've recorded, and I've not deleted. It's like, what the fuck?
But
I don't know how people do it.
more than just taking the piss out of Biggie for the fact that this is storage medium. This is good because it's like it's archiving this stuff that would normally be
preservation.
Yeah, it would normally be lost to time, and like remember, CDs do degrade over time.
Yeah,
they're not an infinite solid resource. So having
learned
them,
that with one of my vinyls. I wanted to play it the other day. I don't work anymore.
No, so having everything backed up is good. I like it. Now, if they could find a way for us all to be able to access it
For free?
for free, we could get in there and play such classics as Blood Rain 2.
By not having to go on romhustler.com and getting a virus. Don't do it, guys.
Anyway, just like how any film with Requiem in the title is terrible, anything with Hustler in the title is going to be bad for you.
Mate, I didn't know when I was young, and I downloaded all these ROM hustlers on my uncle's PC so I could play like old
Fucking
SNES
Ridden.
games. Mate, his computer destroyed.
So many viruses needed antibiotics.
Yeah, man, it was bad. He's like, what's happened? I don't know, Uncle Gary. I don't know what's happened. I don't know. Maybe it's that copy of Secret of Evermore that I downloaded from China. Could be. Next. Movies?
On to film and TV, Cape Fear is getting a remake on Apple TV+. The series is going to star Javier Bardem.
Ooh.
Producers Nick Costa, Martin Scorsese, and Steven Spielberg.
Okay, I'm interested.
I'll keep
Sounds
clapping
like a winner,
tonight.
doesn't
I keep
it?
clapping, but that sounds great.
Yeah, in the 10-episode series, describes a tense Hitchcockian thriller as an examination of America's obsession with true crime in the 21st century.
Do you think he's going to hang under the car again?
I need to watch that. I've never watched it.
It's
I've
great.
never watched it. Yeah,
I haven't seen it
the
in
closest
years.
thing I've come to watching it is the
Sideshow Bob.
episode. Yeah.
It's so effective
Very
a thriller that for about a decade after seeing it, my mother couldn't watch anything with Robert De Niro in because she kept seeing Max
when we
Kennedy.
watched it, because we all watched it together as a family in the 90s, every time
Oh
we got
yeah,
in
proper
car,
Sunday afternoon family film.
Yeah,
Cape
every
Fear,
time we got in car, my mum looked under the car in case we're there. Is he there? No, he's not.
It's a really good film. So Javier Bardem as Max Cady is
Perfect.
going to be fucking terrifying.
He does spooky well, doesn't he?
Oh, he does.
Give him a cow gun.
He doesn't need a cow gun in that though.
No, he doesn't. He's got his hands.
You got him. You've got Scorsese. He's going to be a producer, so he's not going to let it be
Spielberg.
shit. It's got Spielberg and Apple TV do good TV.
They do.
They do.
It's a match made in heaven.
Oh, I'm into that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get some Apple TV for that. Next.
Amazon to adapt James Corey's sci-fi novel The Mercy of Gods. Despite initially being known as a book-selling website... That's not a fucking... That's just a blurb about Amazon's history. I should read these, really, shouldn't I? I've just done a copy and paste job on these.
Yeah.
Mouse.
So, yeah, James S.A. Corey's current book, which I'm currently listening to on Audible.
Isn't he the
Expanse guy?
Expanse guy, yeah.
Or Expanse
Love
guys.
that. I love that show. You watched it?
I
love it.
I've watched up to the 3rd season, and I think I'm good with it.
I was joking. It's what I said when we were at podcast. I went, I love it.
But no, Mercy of the Gods is really good. Nice alien invasion thing.
I don't like aliens.
They're not having sex with them. They're getting attacked by them.
That's good. That's good. I'd rather get shot by an alien than bummed.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's very, very different to The Expanse, but it's very good. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, The Expanse is like a political whodunit, isn't it? Rather than there's not real aliens in it, is there?
No, but this is like a talky version of an alien invasion. So it's not a load of action scenes.
Okay.
It's all scientists trying to work out what they can do.
Okay. Well, I couldn't finish Leviathan Wakes. I didn't like it. But
What, the first book?
Yeah, I didn't like his writing style. But we'll see. You'll see.
It's a bit like
Cool.
Doctor Strangelove then. It's just them sat around talking about what they're going to do.
Oh, I love that film.
It's not. Didn't really hit me as much as I was hoping, but
Doctor Strangelove. Doctor Strangelove's great.
yeah.
No fighting in the war room.
No fighting in the war room. Yeah. I love that film so much. Next.
John Watts explains demise of George Clooney and Brad Pitt's Wolf sequel after streaming pivot. So, yeah, John Watts, the director of the film Wolves, that just came out recently with George Clooney and Brad Pitt, was set to do a sequel to it. He says, I showed Apple my final cut of Wolves earlier this year, Watts told Deadline. They were extremely enthusiastic about it and immediately commissioned me to start writing a sequel. But their last-minute shift from a promised wide theatrical release to a streaming release was a total surprise and made without any explanation or discussion. I wasn't even told about it until less than a week before they announced it to the world. I was completely shocked and asked them to please not include the news that I was writing a sequel. They ignored my request and announced it in their press release anyway, seemingly to create a positive spin to their streaming pivot. And so I quietly returned the money they gave me for the sequel. I didn't want to talk about it because I was proud of the film and didn't want to generate any unnecessary negative press. So actually,
I think the union's gonna have something to say about that. Surely.
Good on him, to be honest. The film kind of received lukewarm reviews. I thought it was all right. It could have been better considering who was involved. But yeah, that's a really shitty thing for them to do to him. If they said we're going to put it in theaters, and then literally a week before it was due to come out, because they did put it in theaters, it did go to select a small number, and then within the
but that
week,
would have made money because it's like a spiritual successor to Ocean's 11, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of. It did. It needed to be a bit more zippy, I think, but
yeah.
But yeah, it was advertised for cinemas because I remember seeing the trailers for it, and it was at the cinema.
That fucking sucks
for
for
a
him,
week,
though. That
and then
fucking sucks.
within the same week, it came out on streaming.
It's not like we're in fucking COVID times anymore. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Brutal.
It's really, really shit. I still don't understand I kind of get Netflix because they've always been like that, but
Yeah.
I don't
But them two
understand
are like
why-
housewives' favourites. They could have got people to the fucking cinema.
Yeah, I don't understand putting like people like that in the film and then only putting it in the cinema for a few days.
Surely the guild or the fucking unions can step in and do something about that. Surely.
Who knows?
Who knows? Cool. Shame. Next.
Milhouse voice actress retires from The Simpsons. Pamela Hayden, the actress who voiced The Simpsons character Milhouse, has announced her retirement from the show. Hayden's worked on the US animated series since 1989 and appeared in nearly 700 episodes. In a statement, 70-year-old Hayden said, "The time has come for me to hang up my microphone. It's been an honour and a joy to have worked with such a funny, witty and groundbreaking show. I'll always have a special place in my heart for that blue-haired 10-year-old boy with glasses."
And a nice house, probably.
And this actually got me thinking about how The Simpsons continues to go and go and go, but their voice actors keep getting older and not.
They just change them because people can do People can copy the voices.
They've already said they're going to recast Milhouse. Like there's going to be someone else.
They did it with
doing
Rick and
Milhouse's
Morty,
voice.
didn't they? No one noticed.
No, they did. You can
No,
tell.
did they notice?
I wasn't bothered. I thought they did a good job, but you can tell.
Nah.
I think that does need to come a point where it's like, yeah, The Simpsons, you've been going for like 35 years now. Just stop.
Yeah,
It's like-
the trouble is, it's such a quintessential. It's like an American institute at this point, isn't it? It's just,
Yeah,
But the thing is, though, it's happened for 50 odd years. Like all the Muppets are different cast, and you can't tell.
Fuck off. You listen to Kermit's current voice.
Yeah, but he's been smoking cigs all his life.
No. Listen. You go and listen.
He's
to
gone
the
through
guy.
2 divorces.
You
Stig.
go and listen to the guy who's currently voicing Kermit, and he does not sound like he could be arsed. He's like kind of like, "Hey, I'm Kermit the Frog. Hey, it's me, Kermit the Frog." It's like, who is this? Who is this guy?
All right.
It's the same with Elmo. The original voice actor for Elmo died years ago.
Yeah, but you're also a bit of a baddie, weren't he?
What? No.
One of the Elmo puppeteers was a.
No, he was cleared of that.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God.
There's been like 3 people voice Elmo, and you can tell when it changes.
Well,
Trust me. Just
again,
go listen to Kermit, and you tell me if you can't.
These
tell the difference.
Muppets do smoke when they're not on film in the trailers. You know what I mean? It happens.
The one where you can tell some of the differences, like if you listen to Marge Simpson's voice between the Golden Age and now, like Julie Kavner is fucked. Her voice is so poor.
She's old.
But because she's got a naturally gravelly voice anyway, but like 35 years of doing Marge, I think, has wrecked her.
sounds more like the sisters.
Yeah, she does. She sounds like Patty and Selma.
I think if I was one of the producers of The Simpsons, it might be time to start wrapping it up, I think.
Do people still watch it every week?
Some do.
So,
Yeah,
It's still bringing the numbers.
apparently.
I'm putting it in Simpsons rating chart. I'm going to put it in Simpsons rating chart. Let's have a look.
Sure,
I mean-
it can't be as big now. I know it's syndicated, so that's the best thing about it. It can go on forever.
It says here at the height, so they went. The height of their popularity was 27.8 million.
Season 10.
Well, season 1 started high. Apparently, like it seems to have gone down on this chart.
every year it's just gone worse.
Season 11 dropped, and then season 12 picked up, and it's just gone down and down. So about 4 million people still watch it. So it's enough.
Really?
It's enough, to
keep it going.
It's enough to keep it going. It's enough to get advertisers in there. So
Yeah. Wow, I just didn't think there was. I'd rather have Futurama on my telly than Simpsons, I can tell you that much.
I'm surprised about that drop in like the first.
Has that blown you away a little bit?
Yeah, this is another chart here that said it went up. Actually, season 1 to season 9 goes up, and then it dropped season 10, and it continued to drop. And then season 20 is just a full-on just spike down.
Yeah. Fuck no, Simpsons, man. Simpsons.
Yeah.
It's mad that thing still exists.
Mm-hmm.
Mental.
Right, let's get through this last few because we've been going on. I've still got Weird World Web.
Wicked World of Weird
Speaking of
Webs.
Wicked, it opened to 114 million in the film's domestic opening weekend. That's domestic as well. Not even.
Fucking hell, that's just America.
Yep, highest domestic opening of 2024, biggest opening for a musical adaptation.
Do you know what's smart about it? I was watching this TikTok about it. Do you know in India how they've marketed Wicked? They've marketed it as America's attempt at a Bollywood-style film. So everyone's gone to see it. Everyone's gone to see it and gone, oh yeah, it's a nice film, but it's got people into cinemas, and India's a massive market, isn't it? I can't wait to see figures from there. I mean, no one's as big as Stig in India. No one is.
No one. Still no one.
He's the fucking sultan of that place.
Yeah,
King.
I went into, was it? Okay, it was off on Friday, obviously the opening day, and I picked Kate up from work, and I've never seen...
Full of green witches.
No, I've never seen them have so many staff in.
Wow.
Like, I was like, there's so much stuff in. She's like, why do you think? It's like literally
Wicked.
it's been like 90% booked out the whole, like, for weeks, like since they started doing pre-booking.
When we went to
insane.
town today, we went to town for some food and stuff like that, and I went to see EX. Ugh. We were on bus home and there were about 4 Elphabas on the bus. So they'd been to the cinema dressed as a green witch. I love that like this is mainstream because it's a great stage show, and it's now I've only just realised it's only part 1, isn't it? It's only part 1 of the actual stage show.
Oh, I didn't
which is
realise.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
is,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and part 1 ends in the stage show when she sings the Defying Gravity song. So I don't know if they're going to do that in the film. I have no idea yet. I haven't watched it, but that's where it ends in the stage show. And then you go out and get some expensive ice cream and a cig, and you come back for the rest of the film. Show, but yeah. It's got to be mad in it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Robert Pattinson joins Christopher Nolan's new film in his ever-growing cast. Still not
He was in
word
the last
what
one.
it is. Yep.
He's in Tenet.
Not the last one, then.
No, it's not. Oppenheimer was, wasn't it?
Idris Elba is in early talks to play Man-at-Arms in Amazon and Mattel's Masters of the Universe movie.
Nice. Into that.
It
People
says,
going to kick off, though?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Titanium can't be black.
Well, it says Elba would star alongside Nicholas Galitzine in the role of He-Man, Camila Mendes, who is playing Teela, and Alison Brie as Evil Lynn.
Why didn't they get Jack Reacher to play He-Man?
No idea, but I can see Gadget highlighting that guy's name in the document to look up who he is.
He doesn't look much like He-Man to me.
He doesn't inspire me for
skinny.
He-Man. Prince Adam, fine. He-Man, no.
No.
Maybe he turns into Reacher when he...
I was going to say Adam Richardson is much more of the physique for He-Man.
Yeah.
He does not strike me as He-Man. I'm sorry, but I don't... He-Man's just got to be massive.
He's got to be huge, but he's got to be charismatic as well.
He's also
one big muscly guy that can do that these days.
They can do it. We've got him, Hollywood. He's there.
He's also come from a career of doing like romantic comedies or like playing the
right.
He played the prince in the 2021 version of Cinderella, and he was in that red, white, and royal blue about gay princes.
I'm all up for Alison Brie playing Evil Lynn.
Oh yeah.
That's good. That's a good. Who's doing Skeletor?
So the director directed Kubo and the Two Strings and Bumblebee, and that's pretty good.
Okay,
that was a good one. Yeah.
Who's Skeletor? Do we know?
Hasn't said.
No, nothing yet.
I think for the first time, I agree with Gadget. It should be his mate from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Skeletor.
He could do it.
What, Danny DeVito?
No. Charlie Day, he would get the voice right.
Oh yeah,
He-Man. Yeah.
Well, Mark Hamill does the voice in the Netflix cartoon.
Yeah. He does.
Last few Poover. God's sake.
Pooniverse.
Pooniverse. Monsters Assemble will begin filming in March. The movie will see Pooh, Tigger, Pinocchio, Bambi, the Mad Hatter, Peter Pan, and Tinkerbell team up to kill their remaining survivors.
So it's everything that's in the public domain, then, yeah.
Yeah.
All those lapsed Disney contracts.
I can't wait for Steamboat Willie to come in and be like the ultimate baddie or good guy. Maybe he's like the Ash of that world.
Ha groovy.
Here's my boomstick.
Oh, that's what they have to do now. Seriously, Steamboat Willie should be like the anti-hero.
Yeah, but it should be get like bloody kills from like Steamboat Willie running around with a machete killing.
No,
Tigger.
Steamboat Willie, he's black and white, but when blood goes on him, it goes all red.
Sin City
That's how
style.
you do it. Yeah,
It's Willie time.
Because he could be like, I was the original, and you all you all create from my success kind of thing, and just go around killing them.
I'm your father. Bring it on.
And also, we had a teaser trailer for the live action How to Train Your Dragon, which looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Doesn't it? I think it looks good. Me and my kids watched it today.
Yeah, I showed my daughter, and she was very excited. Says, "Can we go see it?" I said, "Well, it's only a teaser trailer. No idea when it's
Can we go
out
see
yet."
it now?
Yeah.
Toothless looks fantastic.
That's all you needed. You needed the CGI to look good on the dragons, and we know the story's good.
Somehow managed to find a real actor who looks like the cartoon Hiccup. I'm impressed.
I didn't even have to fucking look like him to me.
No, but I'm
incorporate that.
Yeah, I'm impressed that they managed to find one. And of course, the usual chuds on the internet will get kicking off because the actress they've got to play Astrid is not a white blonde girl.
Yeah. Despite the fact that Astrid was voiced by a Latino woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's forget that.
It's her from Last of Us, isn't it?
Yeah, Nico Parker.
She's great.
She is. She's very good.
Why would you not want her to do it?
But I like.
Oh,
I do
it's
like.
because she's mixed race. I get it now. It took me a while in my innocence.
I do like how Jared Butler's back to play his dad though. They voiced him in the cartoon. They've got him playing in the character in the film as well.
Stoic the Vast, which is a great name for a character.
Yeah.
They've all got on the nose names, haven't they? Really?
It's almost as bad as Asterix.
Yeah.
Right.
It really is.
Sorry, we've been going on long. That's a long news section, but there was a lot of stuff in gaming this week. And onto the weird world web. I've got two here. First one is a mom. God, that's clearly an American, American article. A mum.
You said elevator last week, and now you said mom this week. What's going on?
It's sitting in the background, and while the kids watch shitty American YouTube videos,
Screaming.
It's like invading my brain. It's rotting my brain.
Like candy to the teeth.
What?
Not this candy. Like eating candy instead of sweet.
Oh, right, yeah.
Fuck it.
Sweet.
I will also rot your teeth, though.
Yeah, she will.
A mum was dead for 45 minutes during childbirth, wakes up in hospital to find out she's given birth to triplets.
So she's had quite the day.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Welcome back to the land of the living. Here's your triplets.
You'd a cup of tea after that, wouldn't you?
She had to have a full blood transfusion by the sounds of it.
Fucking hell.
Back in day, you wouldn't have survived triplets. Some of the babies wouldn't have even survived either. You know what I mean? It was death sentence, stuff like that.
Chrissy's experienced an amniotic fluid embolism, AFE. This is a rare condition in which the amniotic fluid, the fluid that surrounds a baby in the womb during pregnancy, enters the mother's bloodstream shortly after birth, and the mother has an allergic reaction.
Good lord.
It was pretty catastrophic when it occurs, and about 80%, 85% fatal. But yeah, they essentially lost what they considered a whole blood volume, replaced her blood volume, and then for 45 minutes she was clinically dead.
My
Woke
God.
up to have 3 kids.
And as Stig can vouch as well, they continue to kill you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
On to a more fun Weird World Web. Billionaire waits outside supermarket to fight Call of Duty fan.
Let's go.
It's happened to us all. You're playing your favourite game, you're losing pretty badly, you blame the developers or cheaters or the internet, but not all of us have blamed the billionaire who owns our internet service provider, challenged him to a fight, and watched stunned months later as he showed up.
That's brilliant.
On the 15th of November, an ex-user who goes by Jimmy BLLT and has a picture of Everton midfielder
Illiman.
Fucking Everton. What do you expect?
They don't even have any players.
Shite. Got heated while playing Call of Duty earlier in the year. Okay, he tweeted back in May. That's in French, so I can't read that.
Yeah, because he is French.
Yeah, you can read it.
It's got the translation below it.
David Neal, I hate you. I propose a one-on-one in front of Lidl on the rue
Lidl
in Marseille on November 15th, 6 months after Jimmy BLT sent the original tweet. Neil appeared at the Lidl on Rue Seine in Marseille. I'm waiting for you, he wrote in a quote tweet in the original post. Where are you? Come on, do you want to meet in the car park?
Come on then, let's be having you. Let's be having you.
That's brilliant. I fucking love that.
That's mint. Cool. Is that the news?
Oh, that is the news.
We had an extended one because, Stig, you've done nothing this week, have you?
No, not unless you want to hear more about Control or the Dark Knight trilogy, so probably not.
We're all right. We're all right. I'll go next. I've got some wrap-ups to do for things I've been talking about. So, 2 games I've been playing this week. Silent Hill 2 Remake finished this week. Mystery solved, by the way.
Yeah.
It was my brother that sent it me.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh.
On a borrow.
Oh.
He wants it back. I was going to send it to Stig, but he wants it back because he's not played it yet. But I just don't get why he didn't let me know. He said I thought it'd be funny. It got content out of it, didn't it?
It did.
Silent Hill 2, I praised it on last episode, didn't I?
Yep.
I said it was like, I think it's better than Alan Wake 2. I think it's really good. It's up there with like Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I stand by everything I said.
Okay, so it doesn't shit the bed at the end.
Fuck me. And you are right, Gadget. It does add stuff because when you said to me like, oh, it's about halfway through after the hospital, it adds a lot. There's a lot of meat to the town now that there wasn't back then.
Yeah.
Like you can do a lot of side quests if you want that yield some really good rewards. Like there's 8 endings in this.
There's 5 in the original, I think.
Yeah, so there's things to do. There's more interactions with the NPCs, like him who eats pizza and stuff. Like, you know, the guy in the bowling alley and stuff. Eddie, yeah. There's loads of more interactions with people that you can talk to and that were just not there in the original. And honestly, the voice acting is really fucking good because it's so surreal. And I just love how... what's his name, the main character?
James.
I love how James is just like gawping at people going, what are you fucking talking about? All the way through. And he's always questioning like, why are you speaking like this?
Yeah, because everyone kind of talks in a bit of a dream state.
Yeah, and he's just like, what the fuck's going on? And he's always angry. And the further the game goes on, he's just getting really pissed off by enemies coming and things getting weirder. And I didn't even mention fucking Pyramid Head last week. Fuck me, he stalks you a lot in this. A lot.
He doesn't
a
really...
bit like
Mr. X.
A little bit like Mr. X, not as extreme. Like,
or is it more like Nemesis where he stalks you in set places?
In set places, yeah.
I wouldn't mind being stalked by Pyramid Head.
He's built like a brick shithouse, isn't he, under that pyramid?
Oh, yeah.
He's ripped.
Lovely.
Would you not care that you couldn't see his face, or does he just keep the pyramid on?
That's a bonus.
Keep it on.
Keep it on.
Keep it on. Keep it on. But yeah, he's just a really phenomenal, fantastic, like, just win for Konami, which is weird to say in this year of all years. I and Bloober Team just, I'm kind of watching out for him now. Which I thought I'd never ever think about. Like the medium genuinely offended me in Gadget when we played it. We were just talking to it back and forth. We both finished it about the same time, and we were just like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this existed, and we sat through it all. And
it had such a cool concept, and it just became a fucking dull walking sim with an unsatisfying ending and a terrible monster.
Yeah, it was just shite, man. But this is just, again, the reverence is just unmatched, man. I think it loves its source material more than Resident Evil 2 Remake loved its source material. Do you know what I mean? I think Resident Evil 2 Remake, again, is a fucking 10 out of 10, but it wanted to be more modern and bombastic and impressive. This is subtle. Silent Hill 2 Remake's subtler than that because there's a lot there for people that remember the original, and you can just go straight and do the ending that you remember. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's more for people that do know that world and that do know that setting. And there's callbacks to that other games, even though canonically it shouldn't be there. It's just, it's a love letter, and you don't really get that. And I think you should all play it.
I've asked Father Christmas for it.
Yeah. But my main thing I want to talk about, speaking of love letters, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake. Baby.
All right, strap in, everyone. We're going to be here a while.
Came out. It fucking came out, didn't it? I've
So
been
it
waiting
did.
for this for a long time.
I mean, I remember when it was announced, you nearly shit yourself on a live stream.
Yeah, I fucking did. Stig's been playing this as well, but not at the pace I have. I finished it, which is wild.
No one
not the
plays
true
anything
ending.
that pace you play stuff.
I've not finished the true ending. I got to the credits, and it does a very Dragon Quest-y style thing. Like, you've done the main story. Do you want to do some extra stuff for another 30 hours?
Which is still technically the main story.
Main story? Sure, babe. Sure, of course I do. So I've not got the true ending to it, but if you don't know about Dragon Quest 3, it came out in 1989, like I told you, on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It was the most groundbreaking RPG of its genre back then, due to the fact that it's got a vocation/job system. Basically, they wanted to make a Dungeons and Dragons game for this one, big style, where you've got a blank canvas of a character, you've got a blank canvas of your party members, you create them, you go out into the world, you create your adventure. There is a very loose story, isn't there, Stig? Very loose.
Well, I've been sent something to do, but
yeah.
I haven't really filled it, come across
Yeah.
much other story stuff yet.
It picks up. The story does pick up. There's more to it. But what the original one was very sparse and just You got to remember in the olden days when that came out, you were fighting enemies on black backgrounds. There was nothing dynamic about it. It was ugly. This fucking version's stunning. Do you agree, Stig? It's gorgeous.
It's so nice.
Every sprite on it, every pixel is beautifully handcrafted.
I read a comment that just said, like, this is how we thought these games looked back when we played them.
No, they didn't.
But it genuinely is absolutely amazing the way it looks.
Yeah.
The backgrounds especially just incredible, and then the music.
In the original Stig,
so
in the
good.
original, do you know when you went into people's houses, there was no furniture.
Yeah.
That's how different it is in this. There was just a blank room for someone's house.
But like I entered a town today, and it just kind of did this little like spin around, like kind of 3D.
Yeah, when you enter it,
spin of the town and showed you it, and it was just like, oh, it just looks.
And the
think it
score
looks amazing.
by the Tokyo Orchestra. Fuck me, that score's incredible. You can't get bored of it. I don't think so. Anyway, I think I adore it.
Yeah.
But yes, it is a hardcore Japanese role-playing game. So if you're playing on the normal difficulty, yeah, there will be moments where you do have to grind. Guess what this game does, though? If you don't like grinding, play it on Draki, I think it's called. Easy mode.
All right.
Your characters can't die.
Oh, fantastic.
So you can fight the last boss at level 1 if you wanted to. You wouldn't, obviously. You're obviously going to win. You're going to accrue levels by just playing the game. But yeah, it's the first Dragon...
Speedrunners are going to love that.
I think someone beat it in 3 hours already, which to me, that means you weren't reading anything. Do you know what I mean? You weren't doing all the extras and stuff like that. I beat the first to the first credits in 20 hours, but I knew where everything was. Nothing was a mystery to me. But yeah, if you really don't want to grind, but you want to experience a Dragon Quest game, put on that mode. You literally, Gadget, your characters literally cannot drop below 1 HP. It's pretty fucking cool. So you can experience everything the game has to offer, and not shit yourself if you're in the middle of a dungeon knowing that you can't get out.
It's
You know
like
what I mean?
Campaign 1 of Scorched Sheep.
Yeah, it's genuinely, it can be baby's first Dragon Quest if you want it to be, but then you can play it on Draconian if you're a sadist, where if you hit an enemy, you take damage as well because of backlash from enemies and stuff like that. You can really make it as difficult as you want, and in Draconian, resting doesn't restore your HP, which is wild. There's a lot of stuff you can do on it, but it's just a beautiful, rip-roaring adventure, and you can when you're playing this version of it, you can see how people back then would have fallen in love. Because for me, Dragon Quest 3 was the first Dragon Quest I can turn around and Dragon Warrior. I can turn around and say I loved, because the 1 and 2 they were all right, but they were old.
Yeah.
Older than like Dragon Quest 1. People don't even remember this, but you don't have a party. It's just you, one person. You just that person on his own, which makes the game very fucking difficult. But all the fights in Dragon Quest 1 are one-on-one fights. It's wild.
Pokemon.
Like Pokemon, yeah, exactly like Pokemon. But yeah, this game's just really fucking it's special to me. I'm glad that Stig's enjoying it slowly. But again, it is a Dragon Quest game. You do not have to rush it. You can play an hour of it a week, and you're gonna know where you need to go and stuff like that. It's really smart. It's really clever. What are you playing it on, Stig?
What setting?
No. What console?
Oh, my at the moment I've just been playing it on my Ally just because I bought it on Steam. But it runs great on that.
That's the only thing I wish I'd bought it on handheld instead of on the PlayStation 5.
Well, I know from the amount of time I put into Dragon Quest 11 on handheld that it was going to be the best option, because
Really is.
I don't have the ability to get to the main TV like I can do with the handheld. I can just pick it up and play it. So
I really wish I'd have played
use
it
the
handheld.
TV, so it's just like, okay, I forget it on handheld. I can just do that.
But I'm gonna do the proper ending. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna master it. I'm probably gonna platinum this one. To be fair, it's looking at the platinum list. It's quite a simple one. But yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. What do you expect? It's phenomenal. I know I'm preaching to some people that do love it, and people that couldn't care a fucking less what I say 'cause it's not Call of Duty. Yes, this is the antithesis of Call of Duty, but they can both exist in the same world, can't they? But yeah, Gadget, what you been up to?
So a couple of things. Playing Dragon Quest XI on the Steam Deck.
It's good, innit?
Enjoying it. Yeah, pretty good game. Clearly better than Dragon Quest 3 because the number is higher.
It is better than Dragon Quest 3. without a doubt. It's the best game ever made, mate.
Fair enough.
It's not been beaten.
But the main thing I've been playing, and you all know I was going to talk about this one, I've been playing the big game that was released this week because I've been playing S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 Heart of Chornobyl.
It's S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
It's an acronym.
What does it stand for?
Oh,
Is it some Slavic?
S.T.A.L.K.E.R stands for Scavengers, Trespassers, Adventurers, Loners, Killers, Explorers, and Robbers.
That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. I'm not angry.
It's a bit daft, but yeah, it works.
tells you what the game is, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series of games started out in 2008, made by GSC Gameworks, a Ukrainian developer. Started off with S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
One.
I can't remember what the subtitle is for the first one.
That got me. Started with
Shadow of Chernobyl was the first one.
Stig with a zinger.
Sorry, 2007 rather it came out. These are proper Slavic jank games. These games are broken from the start, but they're wonderful.
Is it like your Chernobylite that you played over here?
Better. But yes, same principle. These are big open world games where you play one of these titular stalkers in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Because in the fiction of this universe, after the events of March 1986, there might have been some weird, wibbly, timey-wimey bullshit that happens, and basically fucking weird anomalies are happening all over the place.
Prove that hasn't happened in real life.
Well, exactly. Weird anomalies happening all over the place. In the original game, there is believed in the center of the reactor, there is something that will grant whoever can get to it a wish. Whoever can get
the elephant's foot.
Well, no, but that's what is
that's in real life, isn't it?
Yeah. But there is this belief amongst the stalkers that if you can get to the center of it, you can be granted a wish.
Fuck off! No, you just die, mate.
Wishing for death at that point.
That's one of the endings.
Just radiation poisoning.
But the whole thing, so you are existing kind of about 20, 30 years after the Chernobyl incident. There are all these kind of weird artifacts that you're basically looking for to sell. The stalkers are going in there to make money. And it's a very factionalized place. So you get different factions around the place. Some you can help, some will hinder you, some, if you join with one, will piss off another. And then there's
like
all
Vegas.
And there's all kind of mutated monster. This is kind of like Fallout without the funny.
Oh, serious Fallout.
Yeah. So there were originally 3 Stalker games: Shadow of Chernobyl, Clear Sky, and Call of Pripyat. All with different stories around this. And Stalker 2 was originally announced in 2010. And then the company fell apart in 2012.
It's been a while.
And then the company was resurrected in 2014 to make Cossacks 3. And then since then, Stalker 2 has been being made. Now, it was originally delayed because there was a thing that happened in 2021 where Russia started getting a bit antsy in the pantsy and basically invaded.
Yeah.
Which is why the spelling of Chernobyl in Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl was changed.
Yeah.
Because, it was changed away from the Russian spelling of it, which is Chernobyl, to Chornobyl with an O. Yeah. It's a subtle difference, but it's basically them going, fuck you, Russia. Anyway, we're not getting into the war
and again, buying the game means fuck you, Russia.
Yeah. Basically, most of the development team was evacuated out to Prague. Some stayed, some unfortunately died. But they have been working.
Piss up in Prague.
They have been working hard since then to release this, and it's finally here. It's been delayed so many times, and I'm so happy it's here. In Stalker 2, you play as Skiff, who is someone who you start the opening cutscene, and he is just in his flat when the wall gets blown up by some random artifact. He doesn't live in the exclusion zone; he lives near it. But something is flown away from the exclusion zone, smashing his flat, and he wants to find out what it is. So he gets gets some help to get into the exclusion zone to work out what this is. He inevitably gets ambushed, he gets all of his stuff taken, and he has to become a stalker to try and survive.
Yeah. He got Metroided.
And this starts you in this world. The world is enormous. It's about 64
puts
square
you in and
kilometers.
goes, survive.
Kind of, yeah. It's
I love that.
Apparently, the total world map is about 65 kilometers. It's 6 times the size of Fallout 4.
Hell. Fuck.
It's huge. Yes, this is proper survival, as in you have to eat. If you get shot, you can end up bleeding, so you have to have like different health kits to stop bleeding and that kind of thing. You can get radiation poisoning. I think you can get diseases on the top difficulty. I'm just playing it on the normal difficulty.
Dysentery.
You basically have to work out who betrayed you.
Wow.
Find them, potentially kill them, depending on what you want to do. There's a branching storyline here.
Mm-hmm.
You have to exist in this very hostile zone, the exclusion zone around Chernobyl itself, and you do eventually get to the Chernobyl reactor.
So is it one of these kind of games where, like, you feel like you've made progress when you've not got very far, but you feel like, fuck, I'm going to have to rest. I'm going to have to regroup. Because I love them type of games where you just...
Yeah.
When you look at the map, you've not made any progress, but you feel like you have.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you have to be really shit hot on your resource management.
Yeah.
And you can get not very far away from base camp and end up in the tensest situation because you realise you've only got a handful of bullets left, your gun's broken, you've got one healing kit, and you know there's several anomalies on the way back to town, or there's a few enemies around. There's some enemies that can go invisible. They're just dicks like that. You know, it's like... But yeah, so what you got to deal with surviving in the zone. I'm about 7-8 hours into it. I've not touched the main storyline. I'm just doing jobs for the people in the first town that you meet because
which will make you
interesting.
stronger for the main line, I'm sure.
Well, so you don't level up in like a skills and abilities level up. It's not an RPG like
it's
that.
It's an equipment-y one.
It's an equipment-y one. So you get better guns, you get better attachments for your guns, better survival armor, helmets, gas masks, that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's all about being as tooled up for a situation as possible. So like the best thing that I've found so far in the game is a scoped rifle with a silencer on it. Because I'm just fucking sneaking. I'm sneaking around in the bushes like murder in the night. It's great.
They're always good in them kind of games where it's like I can take out a base without them realizing.
Yeah, exactly. From about a half a mile away. Beautiful. It's a game that demands that you play it on its terms. You can't run into most situations guns blazing. You will get killed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You have to be tactical about the enemy AI is really good as well. Like when you have an encounter with soldiers, they will try and flank you. They will try and kind of force you to rush out into the open with grenades.
So you can't camp and just wait for them to come to you. You've got to
you've got to be
real.
You've got to make sure all your guns are reloaded at every available opportunity. If you don't maintain your guns, they can jam.
Wow.
It's stuff like that. It's hardcore in a really accessible way. It's kind of weird to say that. Stuff like the camouflage that the soldiers wear sometimes works really fucking well. Like a couple of times I've been walking down a street and then all of a sudden I've got the notifier to say someone spotted us. I'm like, where the fuck are they? And then I see the moon. I was like, shit. And I've had to deal with it.
I'm really intrigued in this.
But I love it. It's one of those games that I'm playing it and I'm thinking about it.
It feels
when I'm
like a simulator. How are you saying it? Sounds like a simulator, like a human simulator.
It is,
like
yeah.
Warzone simulator.
It is not perfect. It is janky as all fuck, and that's been widely reported. It's kind of weird reviews because some people have said, like, oh, this is too broke. It's like, it will get fixed.
Of course.
The first game was so fucking broken, it's unreal. Like, it will get fixed. And GSC have said, put a roadmap out for fixes coming out.
Candy can get on board of that. She likes Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like my bugs.
The
It
English
doesn't stop a game being good, does it?
The English voice acting is universally the worst I've ever encountered, however. It's almost like Resident Evil 1 levels. So if you
Don't
play
open that door.
Yeah, if you do play it, switch it to Ukrainian and have the English subtitles, and it's so much better.
Yeah.
It's got some weird bugs and weird things. On PC, I've had to fuck around with settings a few times just to get a decent frame rate out of it, but that'll all get fixed. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. It's exactly what I wanted out of it. It feels like the original S.T.A.L.K.E.R games, and I loved them back when they first came out.
Yeah.
This is just fucking perfect. And actually, visually, it's beautiful. when you get caught outside during what they call these things emissions, it's basically like the rad storms in Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
They're terrifying. Like the sound and the change of colors and everything is
There's
so
wind.
impressive. It's like lightning hitting the ground in front of you, and it makes like a boom sound when it hits.
Okay, it sounds scary a bit.
It's tense. It's very tense. When you leave a town or a settlement,
Yeah.
it's immediately tense.
You don't know what's coming, do you?
Well, that's it. Like I've had sequences where I've walked from the town to my target, dealt with whatever I had to do, and come back, not seen an enemy or an anomaly, and I've been fucking sweating by the end of it, because when nothing happens, that's the worst, because you're thinking, when's it going to happen?
Yeah. Is there a lot of times where you can just prone all the way as well? Just think, fuck it, I'm taking this slowly.
Yeah, you crouch your way through the fucking grass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can get behind those kind of... I'm really looking forward to playing this. You've sold it to me.
It is really good. I really love it. I think it's fantastic. So, and it's on Game Pass. If you don't want to be like me and buy the limited edition, because I wanted to give them money, it's on Game Pass. Get it played. And people will say the PC version's a terrible port or it's unfinished or whatever. Fuck that. It took me about half an hour of fiddling with settings to get it going, and it's
That's
going.
why you've got a PC, because you can fiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Cool.
And otherwise, just play it on Xbox Series X. It seems to run all right on that.
Yeah, man. Brilliant. Candy, you got a load?
I've got a load. You might have noticed that I've been a bit more quiet than usual this episode, and it's because I'm still on a come down. It was the finale of Arcane. No one's surprised that I'm going to be talking about this. I'll make it brief. It was a fucking masterpiece. I have barely any notes. I spent the last 3 episodes probably crying my way through it. One scene in particular, I was laughing, I was crying, I was dancing all at the same time. I don't know how they managed to make it so much better than season 1 even. Like, how could it even... But it's just... Oh my God, it's just chef's kiss. It's one of the...
Know.
I really think it's one of the greatest... And I've made no secret of this. I really think it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen, especially from like an animation point of view. It is just so incredibly beautiful. And
has it jumped into your top 10 like shows of all time?
Oh, top 5 probably.
Wow.
Yeah,
You fucking loved Rainbow, didn't you, with Zippy?
I did, yeah.
Let's knock that out at fucking 5th spot.
Bye, Bungle. See ya. Yeah, I've spoken about it infinitely, so I won't go on. But just get it watched.
I like I said, other week I finished first season. I'm gonna strap in probably this week. Every night after work when I watched an episode, and
yeah. I really like the way they released it as well. 3 episodes. I think that was perfect. Just it was enough to keep you satisfied, and you can still have the chats with your friends. But just stunning.
Get it fucking watched.
Get it fucking watched. The second thing that I watched, and Stig's reviewed it already, so again, I won't go on about it too much, is I saw Joker 2. I think it was helped by the fact that I went in with low expectations. I didn't hate it. I certainly didn't hate it. It was better than I thought. I love Joker 1. My interest in it started to wane a little bit within the last sort of 6 months of the noises they were making about the release. So initially I was excited about it being musical. I thought that's a really cool idea. They got Lady Gaga on board. They've worked with Todd Phillips has worked with Brad. What's his name?
Bird.
No. Anyway, they've done good musical partnerships in the past. I thought it was, if we have some original music in here, it would be great. The fact that it was all covers made me slightly less excited, and various other.
What type of covers? Were those Lady Gaga songs?
No, just
like Broadway songs.
Well-known hits. Yeah, Broadway hits and well-known kind of songs.
Stuff like What the World Needs Now.
Yeah.
Love.
Sweet
Burt Bacharach.
Yeah.
The music added nothing to the film for me.
Nope.
Neither did Harley Quinn.
Nope.
I think
Harley Quinn's one of the worst characters on the planet. I've said this.
I think the film would have been just as the same without. It was not the best thing. The best praise I can give it is not as bad as I thought. I didn't like, and although I had the ending ruined for me, I didn't like, and I won't spoil it obviously, but I didn't
It's shit.
like.
Just say it.
I
It's
didn't like
shit.
how it is shit. I don't like how it tried to kind of tie itself in with it tried to tie itself in with the Nolan verse.
What?
Yeah, you
What?
just
What?
and
How's that allowed?
Well, until recently it wasn't, but yeah.
I'm furious. Don't tell me he comes in and goes, the size of a tangerine. I'd be fuming. God,
but yeah,
I fucking hated that first Joker as well. I thought it was shit.
oh yeah, it's very Marmite, isn't it? I really loved it.
Fucking hated it.
I think
it's shit. I just don't think that the reason they added the Joker onto it because it was going to sell. It made it sell, but like
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
decent.
think that's
It's decent
heinous
enough film.
sometimes.
I think the trouble with, and I think you said it as well, Stig, is that it removes any speculation and it removes the conversation about what actually happened in the first film, because a huge part of it is whether it actually happened, whether Arthur Fleck's a reliable narrator, and it kept the conversation going. With with this resulting court case in the second film. Yes, Arthur Fleck did kill these people, and it wasn't a figment of his imagination. And he's got all these followers and this weird sort of Joker fan club that quickly falls apart when various things are revealed about his psyche and the reasons for doing things. And yeah, it was just. I don't think it. My worry was that it was going to take away from the first film, and for me, it didn't. It didn't add much, but it didn't make me look at the first film any differently.
I just simply hate the Joker having a backstory because he's not supposed to. I hate that. I just can't get past it. I know it's petty, but I can't get past it.
Again, without ruining it, that's not quite what's happened. That's
I'm
not
never
quite
going to
what's
watch
happening.
it now. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's not quite what's happening. It's not really. It's more the idea of the Joker, which then leads on
Everyone copycat. Yeah, I get it.
from one Arkhamverse to another. I started watching The Penguin this week.
Now this is more up my street.
So this, if the first couple of episodes are anything to go by, it's going to be fucking incredible. And I know that it's the first season is finished recently, and I think it does keep getting better and better. The tonally, it comes right off the back of The Batman, so it's following on directly from the events of The Batman. So get that watched first if you haven't already. I don't know why
Please
you'd watch it.
watch it.
I don't know why you would watch it without having seen it.
It's such a good film.
Visually, the way they've done Gotham itself is more like any kind of iteration that I've seen before. Normally, they just use like Chicago, right? It's just big city America. And
Edinburgh a lot.
Yeah,
Use Edinburgh a lot, don't they?
I think so. But they obviously have used. I think it probably is again Chicago, but they've added all these like proper kind of Gothic cathedral-y looking buildings and everything. It just looks fucking stunning. But yeah, it follows the Penguin, and it's this kind of power grab after the results of the Batman, and how he's going from kind of like a middling kind of player in the criminal underbelly, shall we say? Although it's not really an underbelly, is it?
Falcone was he shot? Was he killed?
He was killed. Yeah.
Yeah, he was killed. So now there's a vacuum, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's.
Okay.
It's really kind of focusing so far on how much Penguin has had a bit of a, he's trying to not live up to a stereotype. Essentially, he's a disabled man. He hasn't really been at the top of the food chain in the kind of criminal world yet. It's showing that he does have a human side, but also that he is prepared to do anything. And people have kind of taken that for granted. They haven't seen the side of him that's coming forward now, and actually trying to like take what he thinks is owed to him. But Colin Farrell, you don't know. He is.
How did they make such a good-looking man look so hideous?
I still would.
What? Still would.
He's compelling. He's brilliant, and I know he's a fantastic actor. He's never stood out in anything, particularly for me, as me thinking that's fucking fantastic. I know he is a great actor. For me, there hasn't been a performance that's really stuck with me.
The Lobster.
No, I didn't finish that.
Me either.
This is going to be the one. He is fantastic. Like I said, showing the human side of the Penguin to this
He
ruthless.
is, remind me, he is in the Batman. He is Oswald Cobblepot, isn't he? They're not just created. It is Oz, isn't it?
Yeah. Although
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he's
I
called.
thought so.
I think he's called Oswald Cobb in this. But
Yeah, because they don't want Cobblepot because he's got an Italian accent.
yeah,
Makes no sense. But yeah, Cobb, Oz Cobb.
Oz Cobb.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, as I said, I've only seen 2.5 episodes so far, so I'll get back when I finish it. But
Okay.
I think I'm hooked. I'm going to watch a couple more episodes after we finish recording as well.
I might start that as well. Arcane first, then a bit of Oz Cobb.
Aussie Cobbers.
Aussie Cobbs. Yeah. I like. We're dining well at the end of this year, aren't we?
We certainly are. And you liked the Batman as well, didn't you?
Oh, fucking loved it. It's
Yeah.
the most comic book accurate fucking Batman film ever made.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Loved it. And God, Robert Pattinson, he became such an actor, didn't he, after Twilight?
Oh, didn't he just?
Fucking what a glow up.
I feel sorry for
Fuck
him
yeah.
because obviously it launched his career, but at the same time, it has hindered it as well. Like, do you think he would have got all these roles had he not done Twilight? But at the same time, people are like, oh, it's just that sparkly vampire.
Yeah, to me, he'll always be Cedric Diggory.
Yeah.
My boy!
My son.
Cool. Is that everyone then?
It is.
Have we got any majestic feedback from the
We do.
Majestics?
We do. Xenos has said, would you believe it's been even more Baldur's Gate this week? We're probably 60%, maybe 70% done now with Act 3.
I've beat that game 4 times.
Starting to run out of quests to clear up before we have to go after the main ones, although we do need to deal with a few important ones before we consider fighting Gortash in particular. I've also picked up Warhammer 40k Red Oodles. I've also picked up Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader
Rogue Trader!
because that was on sale, but I will not be playing that until we actually complete Baldur's Gate because I can't have two of these things going at the same time. Yeah. that
Oh, is
makes
it a
sense.
similar type game?
Yeah. Oh yeah, very much so.
It's not about being a cowboy builder
No,
in London.
no, it is a role within the Imperium, the Rogue Trader.
Rogue Trader for the Emperor.
Exactly. Futile Exercises said, tangentially, following on from Candy's Alien talk, I started watching the anime Dan Da Dan.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Reeling from her recent breakup, Momo Ayase, a popular high schooler, shows kindness to her socially awkward schoolmate Ken Takakura by standing up to his bullies. Ken misunderstands her intentions, believing he has made a new friend who shares his obsession with aliens and UFOs. However, Momo's own eccentric occult beliefs lie in the supernatural realm. She thinks aliens do not exist. Daring each other to prove who is correct ends up with each going to a haunted tunnel and abandoned hospital that has UFO contact, respectively. Ken encounters a spirit called Turbo Granny, who
I'm in.
Oh, you'll love Dan. You'll love it.
Ken encounters a spirit called Turbo Granny who demands to gobble his dong, and Momo getting abducted by aliens who want to do some probing.
Mm-hmm.
This leads to Ken getting possessed by Turbo Granny and Momo awakening some latent psychokinetic powers.
Yeah.
What follows is a visual feast for the eye as they frantically try and get his meat back whilst he avoids getting completely possessed. Only seen the first 4 episodes so far, but worth checking out for a slightly bonkers series.
It gets better in my house, actually. When I go downstairs occasionally, very rarely, the wife is either watching Grey's Anatomy for the 900th time or Dan Da Dan.
Oh.
It's one of those. It's one of those. It's a good show. Good show. Weird as fuck. Not for the kids.
It doesn't sound it.
No.
Okay, next up, the actual father of Oodles' children, Bobby Wayne.
Fuck off.
He says, "Evening essays. Been a busy week preparing for an upcoming project Gadget may or may not be disclosing. He's playing Alien RPG with us.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. This week I watched the film Maze Runner with my daughter, who's currently reading the books. I think it's a fairly solid film, but it definitely leaves you more questions than answers. Luckily, I've committed to watching the rest of the series with my daughter, so I'm happy to put in the commitment. I never saw the sequels, so it's unknown territory for both of us."
I didn't hate the series. I don't love it. I didn't hate it. It's a bit like what's that one called as well? It's like a bit like the Maze Runner and Hunger Games and There was another one. A third one.
Divergent.
That's it. I didn't mind that either.
Yeah, there's all these kind of things out though, isn't there?
These teen adventure things. Yeah, I don't mind. They're always all right.
He also says, I also watched Aliens with my wife as she is interested in the franchise after watching Romulus. It's still great after all this time. The practical effects are great when you remember at the time they were done, and Sigourney Weaver is amazing as Ripley.
You've never seen Alien.
I was a little dismayed to find the Disney Plus version has some cut content.
It does.
The establishing scenes of the colony and Newt's family, the turrets being used to defend the group, and worst of all, Ripley finding out the fate of her daughter.
That's the director's cut.
Yeah, no. So there's 2 versions, that's why.
So
you have to watch the director's cut, so clearly the Disney Plus version is the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I think first time I ever watched it was director's cut, so it's the only one in my head with the little turrets and stuff.
So, and he finished off saying, either way, the wife loved it, got to wait for her fingernails to regrow before the next film.
He's going to put 3 on for her. Well,
could be worse, could jump straight to Resurrection.
I didn't mind
The Covenant.
Covenant. No.
Or AVP Requiem.
Stop it!
Last up, it's the BB-AK himself. Best
That's
boy
not
Henry Curse.
sticking.
It's stuck.
It's sticking. It's in the notes. I'm Ron
Locked in.
Burgundy in this.
Fuck, okay, it's official, BBAK.
This week I finished reading The Fellowship of the Ring. Again, I have to thank Oodles for encouraging me to give the series a shot, starting with The Hobbit, as I really enjoyed this book.
Welcome.
It is a great sense of adventure and great characters. As with The Hobbit, my only complaints would be it being overly descriptive at times and there being too many songs.
That's Tolkien.
It's practically a musical, really, isn't it? And he doesn't like musicals.
Yeah, there's a lot of music in it.
Then I followed up by watching the extended edition of the film. I've only ever seen the theatrical cut, and controversially it seems, I prefer that version because I think it's paced better.
Wrong.
Incorrect.
There were a few scenes I found quite dull to watch, although I'm not sure if they were in the original or not. He's wrong. He's just absolutely wrong.
I can't get on board with that
I
mentality, mate.
can't even contemplate ever watching the theatrical cuts. Ever.
No, it don't exist in my head.
No, always the extended. No.
This is the... I don't even know where it is now, but I usually pick it up and show... Oh, it's there, right there, for the YouTubers. This is the only Blu-ray I've got ready. All the other Blu-rays are in cupboards, but I always need Lord of the Rings Blu-ray near me, because even like a Wednesday afternoon, I'll be like, I'm just going to watch Return of the King for a little bit. I'm going to watch this. You know what I mean?
I've got the 4K Blu-rays, and never once when I've been watching it has that button ever been pressed for theatrical edition.
Yeah, why would you? Why is there even an option?
It's just a waste of pixels on the screen. They could have had more artwork in there.
It's a waste of gigabytes.
He goes on to say, I continue with Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which I continue to enjoy, although I'll save more detailed thoughts when I finish it. Finished
It's taking
designated...
so long playing that. Everyone in our Discord's taking fucking 400 months to beat a
the
10-hour Zelda game.
Because they're trying to convince themselves that it's good.
Finished Designated Survivor Season 3, which had an ending I thought was good, but also disappointing in terms of what happens with that character.
Me too, man.
So TV-wise, I moved on to Day of the Jackal. The pilot is perhaps the best pilot episode I've seen since The Walking Dead.
Is it from
really
that film? Day of the Jackal.
Yeah, it's a new TV series. Is it the one with Eddie Redmayne
Adaptation
in
of the
it?
film.
Yeah. It's on Sky.
I'm sure there's a French film called Day of the Jackal.
There is, yeah.
Oh, good.
The pilot is
Good.
the best episode I've seen since Walking Dead. It really sets the tone well and gives me a huge desire to play Hitman. It's a cat and mouse story about a hitman being hunted down by MI6 and has been a gripping watch. It's like Bond meets Bourne meets Hitman.
Oh, Eddie Redmayne is a Bondy type.
Apparently.
I think he's got a bit of a gormless face for Bond. Can you say gormless? Is that allowed?
I think so.
You think he is a little bit gormless? Eddie Redmayne.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Fucking done it now.
You fucking wrongin'. Finally, on the reading front, I've gone back to non-fiction with the brand new Formula One book called Inside Mercedes, which follows... That sounds like a porn film.
I watched that. I watched the sequel too. I only watched about 2 minutes of it though. I don't know where the plot goes.
Inside Mercedes, which follows a reporter working behind the scenes with the team during the past 2 seasons, in which the team has fallen off the pedestal from an era of dominance, which has made it an interesting read.
I just love the idea of innocent BBAK just reading that, like, Inside Mercedes. What a lovely title for this. And I'm like, porn!
Really does sound like a porno, though.
Some Latino girl called me, hey, my name is Mercedes. And you want to be inside me?
or someone from Chelsea who insists on being called Mercedes.
You don't call me Mercedes. Oh, I haven't got no money for this taxi. Inside Mercedes.
If she was from Essex, it would be Mitsubishi Turbo.
That'd be Ford Capri, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I've
Round
just
here, Ford
realised
Escort.
I actually did do something this week.
Too late, that pal. Sorry.
It is too late, but we've talked about it loads. But it was just the second part of the final season of Cobra Kai. What I binged all that on Friday. Fucking.
You were obsessed. You were saying it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Mate, you fucking love it. Don't you dare.
I fucking adore it, mate. I adore it.
The final episode of this latest batch of, I think it's 5 or 6 episodes. I genuinely, like, that last episode is just... If you think the fight in the school was something.
Oh, fuck me, yeah. I want the guys that make this. Yeah, I want the guys that write this and create this to rewrite The Warriors and do that as a TV show in this same style.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Do you know we're all New York's in a gang?
Yeah.
I'd love them to do that because I fucking love The Warriors.
I can't believe, like, this show's managed to go so long.
I can't believe it exists,
I
mate.
can't believe it exists, but, like, it's gone on this, like, because it was just, like, originally a YouTube thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
YouTube short thing, wasn't it?
just so good.
Amazing.
Man. So good.
Amazing. Right, that's the feedback. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in the show notes and at modernescapism.com. Wrong, I'll start that again.
You're not there anymore.
Hang on. Right, that's the end of the feedback. Thanks for that. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes and in our Discord. All these information's in the show notes, so please just read them. Because
We're on Blue Sky now.
right. Oh, we're on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
We're absolutely on Blue Sky. Is it at modern.escapism.bluesky// bloody blip
It's at
bloop?
It's at modernescapism.bsky.social.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it'll be
It's a
properly
mouthful.
set up by the time this episode comes out. It's just there.
Yeah,
at the moment.
boy. But I am enjoying my time in Blue Sky, but please consider becoming a patron because that's what funds all this. We don't pay for this because you guys pay for it. And we're just giving this to you. I mean, the patrons, they're getting the good stuff, the golden stuff. I think we just did this week, we did Deadpool, didn't we, on Modern Escapism, man?
Yep.
You did.
Deadpool's out
Good
now.
chatter on a bit of the old Deadpool. We've got Kenny Potter, we've got Too Fast, Too Curious. Is that still ongoing? Yes, it's still
Yes, it
ongoing.
is.
Unbelievably, the most long-winded and ongoing podcast in podcast history. The only thing that could beat it is if Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant did another podcast episode just randomly out of the blue from like 15 years ago. I feel like it needs to be done. We should have forced them to do it at the podcast, but yeah, please consider becoming a patron. But before we end the show, it's time for a trip down Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Yeah, I want to normalize.
Don't. Before you continue, before she says it, what do you think she wants to normalise? Let's guess.
Ooh.
Sticking things up people's bums without consent? No?
Not eating your pizza handles.
No.
We've done that.
What would that woman there want to normalise?
Farting in public.
I mean, that's
What do you want to
pretty normal.
normalise?
No, but like loud, but like loud farting.
Like proper rippers.
Yeah, not just like letting them out on the sly. I mean, like announcing to the world that you just let one go.
That one was me. No, I want to maybe normalize was maybe the no, I do want to normalize American really real serious American like dramas and stuff. So for these examples, I've used maybe like Hannibal or something that takes itself real serious, you know.
Yeah,
so,
not tongue in cheek.
I want it to be a bit more down to earth, a bit more like as if they lived in England kind of thing, and it was just a normal English day. So, for example, Hannibal goes to Tesco's and the self-checkout is not working for every other thing.
What's he going to Tesco for, though? Meat?
Condiments.
Chianti. Fava beans.
Yeah, that's true.
You still need a condiment. He gave to Waitrose, wouldn't he, though?
No, he's M&S all over his Lecter.
No, Waitrose is posher than ever.
Yeah, and you get free coffee. He'd like that.
You get free coffee at Waitrose?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're a Waitrose member.
What, they've got their own club card?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
like
shit.
Tesco.
No, it is shit, though. They decide what they think that you might like, and then they send you coupons for it that you never use because it's embarrassing using coupons. But anyway, I digress.
Can you get, like, can you get Waitrose own bread?
I don't know. I don't get
And is that like better than like Warburton's?
I don't do my main shop in Waitrose. I just get my bits there.
As if you even go, as if they allow you in.
I know, right? Especially now.
Fucking goths stomping in a fucking
exactly.
stompers.
There's quite a few goths actually that go to Waitrose.
It's too white for you.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so yeah, they keep a good old eye on me. So anyway,
So what you're saying, you want a boots to the ground, like American style drama, serious drama, but in England.
like an extended cut, like they would show more of the day-to-day thing, like they'll be having like sometimes like on the bill where they're walking down the street and they're having like a real
Favourite bit.
in-depth conversation talking about, and then somebody sees a 50p on the floor, just
Picks it up.
So
You want realism, like we've mentioned multiple times, going to the toilet in films and stuff like
yeah,
that.
exactly, yeah.
like Jack Bauer stopping for lunch.
Or yeah, exactly.
Like a Chipotle.
On the way to
queuing up.
or like there's a car scene and the main character forgot to indicate, and then somebody else calls you a bell end. Rightly so.
Or like it's like, come on, we've got to get there. You run out to car, you forgot your car keys. Got to go grab them.
Exactly. And then you have to say, "Oh, wouldn't have got far without them."
Yeah,
like everyone, yeah.
and everyone goes, "Way."
Hooray. Or like, just stopping for lunch for a Tesco meal deal. Or a fucking train changing
What meal deal do you think Lecter's gonna get if you were at Tesco?
chicken and stuffing. And
Is
then
there a pate one? I imagine a pate one would be nice for him.
yeah, and like that
yeah,
Sicilian
BLT.
lemonade that looks quite posh.
BLT. Yeah.
And a
You
grenade
definitely drink
grenade
a
bar.
grenade bar. He doesn't have a grenade bar.
Eats all the protein he can get.
He absolutely gets a Twix salted caramel, 100%.
Oh, they are good.
No, I think he gets some kind of like biscotti type thing, like something
Tony's
a little bit
Chocolonely.
bit continental,
Maybe.
Yeah, or you're
No, I know what he gets. He gets them 3 packs of Ferrero Rochers because he's a bit.
Oh, yeah.
He's fancy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's fancy.
Does
While
anyone
he's
get
listening
those?
to Bach. No one gets that.
Not on a
It's
meal
rip-off.
deal.
It's a rip-off.
No,
get
you
3.
get them at Christmas.
Amelia
don't
always
you?
picks them up and it's like, "Can I have these?" I was like, "No, they're like £3. Put them back."
It's a rip-off. It's a fucking rip-off.
I do like a Rocher though.
I like a Rocher, but when you get them in a big tray of them,
Yeah,
and
Christmas.
it's like £4.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
it's
you get the
£4 in
different
January,
flavoured
mate.
ones. Like you get the dark ones and the white ones as well as the milk
Yeah,
ones.
the Raffaellos.
Fucking wicked,
the white
yeah.
ones. Yeah,
The fucking the Ferrero Rocher pyramids were always the greatest disappointment because it wasn't Ferrero Rocher all the way down. It was just like
No,
a
it's
pyramid-shaped
hollow.
box.
Oh, what? I didn't know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
that was
they were on steps, weren't they, Gadget? They were on
Yeah,
steps.
I was fucking furious when I discovered that.
I was
Well,
wanting to
imagine
go
that
you having a
happening
very
in
posh
a
evening.
Yeah, imagine that in a hard-boiled American drama, being absolutely fuming.
I know we're going back to Lecter, but he's just a good linchpin for this. Like Lecter doing the bin day on the morning.
Yeah.
Shit, he can hit bin men. Shit.
Got to do it.
And he has
Gotta-
to
it
run
doesn't
out and get his
matter who
wheelie
you-
bins out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are.
He's knocking at neighbour's door going, which bin is it today?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's recycling, Annabelle. Thank you, love. I won't eat you now. Like
Exactly.
just-
He only
just
eats the
helped him.
rude.
He only eats the rude.
Yeah. Yeah, just mundane things. I'd like to see the director's cut, like the mundane cut. Give us a mundane cut of all things.
Yeah. Imagine
Reacher
like
going for a haircut.
Lord of
Yeah.
Rings where they're stopping every 5 minutes to like
Do a wee.
dry the socks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the hobbits don't wear socks, do they? But you know what I mean? Just have a piss. Yeah, have a piss over the black gates of Mordor.
You got to at some point. And then
Go on, you
or a number 2, and then like, do you carry it?
No one
with you?
shits in films. No, apart from Vincent Vega, and you know what happens to him when he has a shit? He's
Gets shot.
That's probably why.
Dangerous
probably why they
territory.
don't do it. Yeah.
Or like, no, a good one with Lord of the Rings would be them changing their compy blister packs.
Hobbits have got very hard feet. But yeah, it's wild, isn't it, that? I do like how, like, remember the original Zombieland with the initial thing where he says, like, if you've got to go to the bathroom, don't lock the... Doesn't he say something like, don't lock... So he's got, like, rules, hasn't he, for mundane things. And that's one of the only times I've ever seen it, like, double tap. Because in films, you just shoot a zombie and it comes back, but he's like, no, shoot it fucking twice.
Yeah, just make sure.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think Zombieland's the closest you're gonna get.
Bring it out more. I want to see. I want to see the
Zombieland. I remember Zombieland being good. Very good.
first one.
First
Was.
one's good.
Yeah, first one.
Second isn't.
Sorry, tangent. But yeah,
Yeah,
bring mundanity.
bring
That's
us
what
the
Candyland's telling you.
mundane.
Like this podcast. Right. If you're tight and mundane, this is the end of it for you, but for the patrons, green room in a few pips. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.